Hey, this is Brent. I wanted to talk about what's 10 years later, how the housing market has changed since the crash. I mean, there's a big difference in today's real estate versus 2008. And I've seen some articles written that are just totally crazy that they're talking about it's going to be another 2008. I think they're hoping for that, but it's not going to happen. And I'm going to show you why. First of all, if you look at the 2008 crash, some of the peak areas were Arizona, Nevada, California, Utah, Idaho. But if you notice, Ohio wasn't in there. And I saw this 2008 that it was going to be like, uh, Cleveland was mentioned in there, and I just can't understand it. That's crazy. So we're going to look at the market because right now in the Cleveland market, just so you know, every new listing, there's three properties going to contract or are sold. So it's a 3-to-1 difference, and we're losing inventory weekly here by a lot, by like 2 or 3 thousand houses. So it's immensely different here, and the overall lending practices back in those days was horrible. They had LIBOR, they had a lot of adjustable rates, they had a lot of no doc loans. Um, and it was just a very, very bad situation. For example, you could go in and say you made $1 million a year and they wouldn't check it. They would give you a loan based on that. Um, Fast forward today, that's not there. Adjustable rate mortgages, were a 7 to 8% cap, and that means if you had an 8% loan, you could get up to a 16%, and they would actually move those up yearly anyway. You had the 3-2-1 buy downs. You had a lot of different types of mortgages out there that were not good mortgages. Fast forward to today, the Dodd Frank Act ended all that and said that people had to actually, um, you know, get have a down payment, have a, you know, back, what they had in the bank. They had to have documentation. And if your credit score is less than 620, it's not likely you're going to qualify for a loan. I mean, it used to be 580. So, and the interest rates are extremely low. So, I personally got a fixed rate for 30 years, a little bit over 3%. So, I mean, you're not going to get that anywhere else. So, it's not like Canada or anything like that either. America is a fixed rate over the 30-year period of the loan. Um, so, there's a lot of people that are wanting the market to crash because they want to buy houses and sell them to you for more money. That's just probably not going to happen. I don't see it. So, when you look at today's coronavirus impact, I mean, let's remember the economy in '08 was bad. The economy in 16 is off the charts. And this particular little bump in the road is caused by a virus that the whole world's dealing with, and our economy is still booming. If you look at the stock market, it's still higher than the Obama Biden administration, way higher. And people are still working. They're working from their homes. They're not getting laid off. They're not losing. Most of the lost jobs are in the service industry. So that's part of it. But they're still getting checks until they open up the economy again, which they're starting to do and do all that. So the other problem too is inventory. There's no inventory. There's really no inventory. Back in '08, there were so many houses being built. They were fenced off. They just quit building. So for 10 years, they didn't build medium priced homes because of regulations, the economy. There's a lot of reasons for that. But if you fast forward to today, they're building stuff as fast as they can, but they still have 10 years to catch up with it. So that's what we have to look at, the difference between '08 and today. And I've been around since 1985. I've seen everything. I lost a lot of money in the '08 market, and I will never do that again because I watched the trends and all the different stuff that causes prices to go down. Usually it's mortgage rates. It could be giving away too many mortgages. Believe me, they're very tight on their mortgage. So, for example, the lenders are on the hook for so many payments on that loan, or they have to carry it. So, it's a whole different ball game. I mean, there's just a whole different ball game in lending, and there's a lot of documentation, and they really check people out thoroughly before they give them a loan. Um, so after the COVID, what's going to happen? After the COVID, they're going to have massive pent up demand. I read an article the other day that there are trillions of dollars being saved more with the Americans because of the COVID. So after the COVID is over, there's nothing but good things are going to happen. I mean, they're going to be wanting to go back to work. They're going to want to go back to the stores. They're going to want to move. There's going to be a very robust economy. So this 2008 thing's not going to happen. For example, they forbeared 3 payments, mortgages for homeowners, people that lived in their homes. So for basically 3 months, they didn't have to make a mortgage. So people think, wow, how are they going to make up that payments? Well, they're going to tack it onto the back of their mortgage. I talked to an expert in the lending field, and I also talked to one of my lenders direct, and they both said the same thing, that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be tacking it onto the back of the mortgage because they don't want foreclosures. Nobody wants foreclosures. We learned from it. We're not going to let that happen again. And it's, as long as the economy's good, which it's very good, it's going to be fine. So that's what we need to look at. I put 2 rentals up on the market a couple days ago. Rented them both last night. There were people outside waiting to do it. And people had checks, wanting to put a deposit down. So that's how hot. These are $1,200 a month payments. And what's great about Cleveland is your investment isn't as great on a rental property as it is in other areas. For under $120,000, that's purchase, rehab, all that. You're going to be sitting on equity, and you're going to be making between $750 and $900 a month net income after property management, insurance, and property taxes. So it's a great place to invest. I mean, the rents are going up, and the prices here are going up as they should. They haven't went up for years, so it's very, very good market to be in right now. And after COVID, I don't know, it's going to blow up. So it's very hard to get property now. But if you look at today's market, and you have to look at today's market, even with this crisis, we're still busting through the seams. I put a house on the market yesterday and literally had 10 people that wanted to come to the house, and there were just more coming. And the owner actually called me and said, hey, we got to shut this thing down today. I'm done, because she wants to be at the house when they come. And I had so many people through that she called me and says, hey, please, I don't want any more here. So we're going to get that one sold pretty quick. So if you're listening to the 2008 farce, I call it, it's not going to happen. And the future looks very bright for the housing market, and people want to buy. And after this COVID over, there'll be a lot of pent-up demand for real estate. But if you're looking for any kind of real estate, income real estate especially, that's what I do. We have all the rehab, property management, purchase, all that under one roof. And my name's Brett. I'm with eXp Realty. I've been Icon agent with them for 3 years after this year. So my number is 216-703-5740, 216-703-5740. We'll get you a good investment, and it's going to be a great market for a while. I predict 3 to 5 years. So give me a call. I appreciate it. Have a great day, and good luck.